Peace. My name is LanreMadiba. Welcome to Victory Lab Finance. I know saying peace when there are wars going on in the world is diabolical, but peace. Over the weekend, Israel, with the help of the US, started the war with Iran, and we've been hearing that the supreme leader of Israel has been killed. I don't know if that's correct, but the news has been spreading some, I would say allegedly, so until it's proven. And this war has been, it's not like it's a new conflict. It has been since 2025. There was like a conflict between these three nations. The US supported Israel last year, 2025, so it's not like a new news. But if they really killed the supreme leader, well, that's a bad look for Iran, let's be honest. And I don't really, when two elephants fight, it's the weeds, the grasses that suffer them. It's always the citizens that suffer all this war, because war doesn't benefit any nation. You know what I'm saying? And it's just people at the top playing power games on everybody. And why am I even talking about this whole war thing? Of course, geopolitics, war, they become macros, and we all know macro forces drive the financial markets. And now that this war started over the weekend, when the financial markets are closed, it's not coincidence. Everything is rigged. There's always manipulation. How come they started it on Friday when the markets are closed? Now, what do we expect? How do we translate all of this to the financial market? Last week, week 9, I said I wanted to see a retracement, right, to these daily suspension blocks. You might see a fair value gap, that's fine, whatever is clever, and a rally. I said this last week, week 9. You can check my previous video or check my Telegram or X. I posted the charts right there. I even took a trade last week called commentaries live on this, right? I don't gamble, I predict the future. I like to say I predict the future. But yeah, so out of this move in the financial market, like this is a trade I called on the bullish move, and I took, even though it's still buy, I took profits on partial and closed the week in profit. How does this whole war, geopolitics, whatever, affect the financial market? If you remember last week, I said I wanted to see a retracement, a bullish move to weekly consequent encroachment. It already came to monthly consequent encroachment. Now, pretty sure with this war thing, we'll see a gap open. This is not a confirmation for you to now risk aggressively next week. No, right? When I trade, before I think about profit, I think about my risk. I think about my loss. I think about where I can protect myself, my capital, because trading is a mental game. When you lose money, it definitely affects you mentally. So you definitely want to trade lightly and risk responsibly. Yes, we definitely will see parabolic move this week. Best believe that. With this whole war thing, but really think about it. We have ongoing Ukraine-Russia war going on. We have India, Pakistan going on. Now we have Israel, the US, and Iran. And you think we'll not have parabolic move this week? Come on, man. We definitely will have big moves this week, right? But like, as always, whether you have bullish move or not, if you don't see your hedge, you don't participate. If I don't see my hedge and I'm seeing all the big moves happening, I'll sit on the sideline, because it's best to protect your capital when you don't see your model or your hedge than to jump in and, oh, everybody's buying, oh, Twitter folks are X, or Twitter folks are making money, I'm not making. No, right? Can you find your hedge? Can you find your model? Is your strategy present? Can you find what you can execute on? Or no, everybody is buying, I want to buy, everybody's selling, I want to sell. I know sellers, people that sold gold last week on Friday will probably be sweating right now. But yeah, peace to you. But yeah, like I said, this is not the time to be gambling or whatever, your risk has to be in place at all times, whether there's a war or not, at all times. So what do I expect for week 9? This is NFP, right? Now there's a war, so I expect a retracement to daily OB. Like I said, weekly consequent encroachment, yes, we're going to definitely tell them we're almost close to daily OB. It might happen, right? Then we gone for all-time high to 6,000, 7,000, all that. But that's the long-term move. And we could also, Monday could, I don't predict the market, but we could also wait for a creation of a fair value gap or a suspension block here, just as it created here. I didn't draw it out. If you notice that on this, yeah, I marked it out here, and look, they retraced, although they didn't touch the consequent encroachment. Even though I wanted it, they did the offset accumulation and reaccumulation of this daily suspension block. You might see a fair value gap, that's fine. If that's what you see, there's nothing wrong in your analysis. But yeah, this is a suspension block because of the volume imbalances on both sides, right? I will be explaining that later in the future. So we saw a reaccumulation and offset accumulation on Tuesday, then a rally. I bought on, I think Wednesday. Was it Wednesday or Tuesday? Yeah, I bought on the 25th. Yeah, I bought. You can find my commentary. Just search week 9 on my Telegram. You find my commentaries. I called everything beforehand. I called the let's look at it. See, I called the move before it happened. I'm not trying to show. There you go. See, I called this down move before it happened. You will see it. Then when I saw this 4-hour market structure shape, or a 15 minutes or a 1-hour market structure shape, but this is a market structure shape, I knew I wanted, this is definitely going up. Although yes, last week was mostly range bound until like Friday, right? It was mostly range bound. And I took 3 trades here. At London launch, it got triggered. You can find it on my on Telegram. I don't want to talk too much. I saw a reaccumulation. I bought this market maker buy model, the reaccumulation, and one of the trades took a loss. The second one and the third one gave me my recoveries and win, and I closed the week. I didn't trade much this week at all, so I had big profits last week. You can see that. Boom, boom, boom. So this week, like I said, I want a reaccumulation. I want to see a fair value gap created, then a reaccumulation just like this move. See that same move happen next week for week 10, then see retracement, then we'll buy to all-time high to 6,000 to 7,000 to 10,000. That's a long-term prediction, right? You definitely don't always want to be taking partials. Like, you can even see my trade last week. If I didn't take partials on this trade, I could have closed at a loss. Look at this beautiful move. Look at where I took partials. So I posted everything. So you definitely want to be taking partials. Even if you have a parabolic move, you definitely want to be securing profit. Because if I didn't secure profit yet, I would have taken a huge loss. Like I said, whole of last week was, you can see that big, it's 4 trades last week. We called call re-entries and all. Now imagine if I didn't close before 4 p.m. session close, I'd have taken a loss. And I called everything beforehand. So the same thing this week 10, and any week, any day, when you take profit, you definitely want to secure. When you take trade, you definitely want to secure profit. So like I said, I want a retracement here, and boom. So expect commodities to move parabolic next week. Oil, gold, it's gonna be crazy. So spot your edge. I trade 2022. I trade reaccumulation, offset accumulation, market maker buy models. So spot there, just like this move I called here last week. Just watch my week 9 trade or check my commentaries on Telegram. I'll be providing everything, so I don't want to make this video too long, but yeah, that's pretty much it. My name is LanreMadiba. I can always say, play the long game in everything you do. In your finance, in trading, in relationship, in your life, you definitely want to play the long game. Quit all that fraud P that you guys are on. You're not young no more. You're probably pushing 30, maybe in your early 20s, or maybe you're even over 30s already, and you don't have a job or a business, or all you do is fraud, steal, all that. You don't need that. Get a skill, get a job. You know, you can make it out here legitimately. You might not be rich, but you can carve out income in whatever skill. It doesn't have to be trading. It doesn't have to be economics. It doesn't have to be investing. It can be something else. It can be fashion designing. It can be whatever. Well, trading is not the only profession in the world, right? So yeah, carve out income in whatever business, and even if you want to work a job, work a job. With due diligence, right? And you can do whatever you want. So my name is LanreMadiba, Victory Lab Finance, and I'll catch you next time. And don't forget, I'm providing commentaries on Victory Lab Finance on my Telegram and Discord for sure throughout next week. And I'll catch you guys later. Be safe. Yeah, be safe. Be safe. You definitely want to be safe before they drop nukes on your head and all. Because there's war going on everywhere. Even in Nigeria, we have the bandit terrorists, all that everywhere, man. So yeah, you definitely want to be safe. So peace, peace, peace.